But what I found was the thing that made all the difference for me was I dug deep. I dug deep in myself, and I became so determined to find a solution that I started finding the solution. And I feel that for all of us now, myself included, if we're going to go, and I mean, okay, I'm PMD, but I want to go a hell of a lot higher than that. And I'm sure obviously everybody does on the call. And for all of us, in order to do that, we have to dig deep within ourselves. And I know that sounds odd, and you're going to say, well, what on earth are you talking about? But we have to dig deep within ourselves, find that hunger, which is an incredibly deep hunger. And from that will come major steps forward for us. And I can say that because that's what happened to me before. But I now know in order for all of us, myself included, to really move up now to the unbelievable levels that we're going to go to, and we are going to be, well, I think we are making history now, and no one's ever seen anything like this before as a company. But in order for us to personally take advantage of this, and this is not going to just fall in our laps, we have to dig deep within ourselves and find a resourcefulness in ourselves whereby we can just receive what we need to move forward. So,
okay, James, that's great.
Sorry about that. It's a little bit deep.
As you can see, James is a little bit overwhelmed by the whole thing. And in fact, on the way back on the plane, which was very clever, Simon and Susie did an open mic. And I've actually got every single person that was on that plane, their, if you like, testimonial about how they feel about what happened. And, you know, listen, we can talk about the helicopters, we can talk about the kind of, you know, the 4x4s, the camels, the banquet and the Bedouin tent, you know, and all the rest of it. But it was the emotional kind of connection that we all kind of had between each other. And that was something that, we need to kind of, if you like, share with you guys. So I'm going to hand on to Michelle. And, she's going to kind of maybe give her overall impression of what went on as well.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to go on too much about the actual trip itself, except to say it was probably one of the best things that I've ever done. But I think for me, it was the whole vision that's been painted is way, way bigger. I've got a vision now bigger than I've ever had in the 14 years that I've been in the business. I can now take this to a completely different level. And I think, listening to what James saying about digging deep, it's made me feel, because I think, I went there obviously as the +1, not in my own right as a PMD, but, I definitely want to be there in my own right, but not so much, I think what we've got at the moment, Gordon and I have created Juice Plus has allowed us to have a very nice lifestyle. But now I feel it's much more of an obligation, because you guys, having seen what we've seen and this massive vision that is there for every one of you, if that's what you want. And it's now I've come back more excited than I've ever been in that whole 14 years, because it's now sort of taking you guys with us, because, it was amazing, but it would have been a whole lot better if we'd had you with us. And, that's what we want to see. And I think that was the vision for me, that it's there for all of us to do this together, and seeing the leadership that we've got, James said it as well, with Susie and Simon working together, and that they really are there to put themselves on the line to help all of us get where we want to be. Dan is just phenomenal as a CEO of a company, absolutely amazing. His vision and what he's prepared to do for us is absolutely, it really is off the scale. I've never seen a company that has got a CEO like that that's prepared to literally take us on trips like this. So rather than take up any more time, I'll hand back to Gordon. But it is there for you guys, and we want you there with us.
Okay, so just let me build a little bit on from there as well, and add a few kind of things from my own perspective. One of the things that I kind of got when I first got into business was the key to getting to where we wanted to get to in terms of to maximize our earning potential was to get to sales coordinator. Yeah. And the reason for that is that's where you get the maximum, if you like, pay line for retail profit. You get 20%. You couldn't get any more than that. And to do that, you need £6,500 worth of promo volume. So to get to NMD, if you like, okay, slightly different for the promo volume, but to get to NMD, all that you have to do is to work on building 5 sales coordinators. Once you've reached sales coordinator, all you have to do is duplicate yourself frontline 5 times. To get to PMD, you've got to do that 10 times. You've got to double your effort. And I promise you, once you get the 10th sales coordinator, once they go, the first one will have gone QNMD. The second one will have gone probably QNMD as well. The third one will go SSC, and they'll have another SSC in your business. And that's how your business is going to expand. I sat next to Simon when we landed on the plane on the way back, and he was actually going through the payroll on his phone. He said, I said, what's your plan? He said, I've got to go back to the office. I've got to check the actual payroll. He said there was 15 people this month alone that were earning over £30,000 in the UK. And a large percentage of them were on the plane behind me. I mean, that is just phenomenal. And what I always remember Bob Burdick telling me way back is that when you get to a stage where it's harvest time, and I believe we're coming up to harvest time in the UK, we're on this crest of a wave, things are really starting to flourish. You know, the Juice Plus name is out there in a very positive way. You know, we traditionally have built our business by speaking to people. What these youngsters have done in the last 3 to 5 years is they've used mass marketing, social media techniques. We've got to incorporate that into our system, if you like, and actually go out there and duplicate it. And that's going to get every single person on this screen, on this call, to the PMD level, if you choose to follow it through. And actually, one of the things that I see with a lot of these people that are very, very high earners, and I'm meaning high earners, I mean, I was speaking to Alex Hamer-Webb, and he reckons by the end of this year, he'll have at least 3 or 4 people earning over £100,000 a month in this country. Is that what they've got is an amazing work ethic. They're working their socks off. This isn't going to happen without any kind of hard work. You've got to put some hard work into it. And that's the most important thing that we can share with you, really. I'm excited about what I saw, like James. I haven't got all those adjectives and superlatives to say in there. I wasn't necessarily overwhelmed by the whole thing. I was more excited by it because I think the opportunity is going to get bigger. It's not getting smaller. People can say to me, it's all right for you, Gordon. You've been in it 25 years. Well, wait a minute. My business impales into insignificance compared to Katie Ravey, John Holowati, Sinead Kavanagh. You know, they've got businesses that are 7 or 8, 9 times bigger than me. And that is the important thing. They've done it in a quarter of the time that I've done. And that's what's happening. You know, technology is part of our, if you like, success program. And what we'd like to do is incorporate that in there. I'm going to hand over to James. James is going to finish off the call. And what we'd like to do is kind of just tell you that what we plan to do, and we put together, we had a call prior to this. We're going to put together what we see as our system, which will be our duplicatable system from now on, which every single person that comes into the program will get an email from myself welcoming them on board with a link to 2 or 3 videos. They're going to be PDF files, which will show you how to use the system and actually get moving. There'll be groups for people to get into and follow, etc., etc. Yeah, I see you, Jerry. So that's what we're going to be doing. And look, for everybody that's got a business at the moment, that's only going to add to it. It's not going to take it away, and it's going to develop your business even more. So I'm going to hand over to James now. James, if you could just kind of tell us a little bit about what you felt. I know that you did a great testimonial in front of all your peers there, and just tell us a little bit about what you've got in the background.
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me all right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just that's from the start. This was the one that the Rolling Stones was something else. And from the moment on when they told us that we were going to Marrakech when we were about 20,000 feet in the air, it was just the most amazing thing to do, and go into that 6-star hotel. But what was more evident was the feeling of it, what it did to you, and made you realize that we are so lucky to be a part of this. And the fact that we now have a duty to go and share this opportunity with as many people as we can, because we literally haven't even got started yet. And after speaking to Dan quite personally about where he sees this company now, I mean, his vision is to literally change the lives of so many people. we've got the tools to be able to do it. But what was for me was I have to get out and work so much harder. I think, Gordon, you said something to me a while back, if you treat it like a £50 business, you're only ever going to earn £50. I think I realize that I'm very amateur in my daily method of operation. I'm not focused enough. I'm not working hard enough. Although I sometimes feel that I am, I actually not. But now that we're going to have this system in place for everyone to, if you want to use it, which I would advise you to, then your business is going to grow so much stronger because everyone knows their duties from day one. What I mean duties, I mean they know exactly where videos are, how to learn the next steps, how to teach their new team members, how to duplicate, and the system will roll, and our businesses are going to grow so much stronger. So I'm excited, and hopefully we'll have some more PMDs that can share the next experience, which Dan has already said it will be even better than Marrakech. So I don't know how he's going to do that, but I would definitely want to be driving hard for that. Do you want me to go into the clubs now, Gordon? Yeah? Gordon? All right, okay.
Yes, please. Sorry, I muted myself.
All right, so a lot of people, I mean, it's something that a lot of people try and shy away from to learn, but it's actually the most important thing in your business. You cannot build a PMD or an NMD business without your clubs, I'm afraid. And when you realize that the amount of clubs actually signifies the strength of your business and the size of your check. If you want it in layman's terms, 3 to 6 club will build you about £300 to £600 a month. 6 to 12 club, £600 to £1,200 a month. If you look at it like that, I heard that 5.5 years ago, and I was like, right, I know where I need to be to leave my job. So I need to build a certain amount of clubs. But what I want to show you actually is how you get paid off it. And hopefully this will make sense. So we all know, actually, the best way to build is building yourself a large personal customer base. Now, in America, they'll teach you 25 premiums or 25 to 40 personal customers. A lot of people feel that might be very difficult, but you can also build that with a team. So a team's customer base will help go towards your PEB as well. Another thing is people get confused with promo volume and payline volume. Promo volume is the point system that is allocated to the boxes of certain products that you sell. Those points is the promo volume, and they go towards your promotion from dealer up to sales coordinator. From there, your promotion to get to SC and above is always payline volume. Payline volume is all those little figures that are coming in through in your business, the installment figures. It's a little bit less in some ways, but it's around about the same figure, or the in full figures. So don't get confused between payline and promo. Why do I explain that to you? Well, PB or club is payline volume. So it's not the point. So try not to get that confused. Hopefully that part made sense. Now you can qualify as a club the month after you hit senior direct distributor. Now, if you look at the qualifying a business as, I would look at that as the third step in your business. You get to direct distributor, you get to senior direct distributor. The third step is about qualifying your business. Because guess what? One, you can't get promoted to sales coordinator unless you qualify your business. And you don't get the extra commission payments on your downline. So think about, as soon as you get senior direct, right, month 3 or the next phase is, I've got to qualify my business no matter what, and that you've got to keep that qualification. How do you do that? Build a customer base. Now, the payline volume comes from your own personal orders, your dealers, and your direct distributors in your business, providing they're not under a senior direct distributor. So have a look at, think about you, whether your dealers and your direct distributors, your personal customer base, your dealers and direct distributors. That's where payline volume comes from. That's what goes towards your PB or your club qualification. So when you're senior direct distributor, I hope you can see this all right, and we will have a video with that. But when you go senior direct distributor, you qualify the payline volume of £1,250. So think about it. You've got to have, from your customer reorders and your installment figures or in full figures, and your dealers and your direct distributors orders, all those little figures coming in, it has to add up to a minimal £1,250. Okay, and that will then allow you to be qualified and qualify your business. You'll be then a club, and it's about duplicating those guys underneath you. Now, how you get paid? So imagine now you're a senior direct distributor or a sales coordinator. You've got yourself a few lines in your business, and you get £1,250 coming from your own personal customer base and your dealers and direct distributors. That's you ready to get extra percentage payments on your downline. Now, as soon as you qualify your business, you get paid what's called 3 generations down. Now, generation in 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, yeah? But you'll get paid 3 generations down, 3 lines wide. All right? Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, a generation isn't a line like this going across. A generation is how many clubs down. So, they'll search down 1 line, and when they find the first club, i.e. a senior direct distributor or above, that's got £1,250 pay line volume, that becomes a generation 1. Then it goes down the line again, finds the next one, generation 2, goes down the line. There might be all sorts of different distributors in there, but if they're not qualified themselves, it will go past that until it finds that 3rd club or that 3rd generation. And this is how you get paid off it. So imagine now you qualify, bang, it's going to go all the way down. There you go. There's a senior direct distributor in that first line. Okay, they've got £1,250 minimal in their pay line. So that means then that's your first generation. Okay, you've got a club in your team. Now you'll then get paid 2% on their figure. So say if their figure is 1,250, 2% of that is £25. So you'll get paid £25 off that distributor. So we'll put that at the bottom, we'll add that up. It'll go down the line again, and then it finds a sales coordinator in your business. They've qualified their business, but they've got £2,000. You'll get 3% on your 2nd generation. That's £60 on top of that 25. So we'll put that there. Then it'll go down the line, and this is just an example. Now you may have another senior direct distributor in the business, but that person didn't qualify. He only got £750. So what it will do, it will skip that distributor till it finds the 3rd club. That becomes the 3rd generation, which is the maximum you get paid down to. But it will add all those figures up in between to that club. So he got 1,250, they got 750, add that up, that's £2,000 in total. You'll get 3% paid on that £2,000 figure. That means then you get another £60. So if we add those up, that's £145 extra in your check, just going down 3 generations down in that 1 line. Then what it'll do, go to the 2nd line, search down, and then the 3rd line, search down. Now, that's if you've just got 3 lines wide. But the great thing is, guys, if you then build 5 PBs wide or 5 qualifiers wide, 5 lines, it will then pay you 5 generations down. So think about how big this can be for you. I know Gordon probably gets paid off, it could be 20 or 30 distributors down because there's 5 qualifiers in that line, but it adds up all those figures in between. So the goal would be to build yourself 5 STDs or above wide, where they all qualify their business, i.e. they all got a minimal £1,250 pay line, bang, 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 and build it nice and deep with qualifiers, 5 PBs a lot wide, 5 clubs down, you're going to be all right. Does that make sense? Yep. I know it could be a little bit much to take in, but this is where you might want to keep it even more basic. So if I said to you now, the first goal for you is to get yourself to a senior direct distributor with a nice big customer base, okay? 25 to 40 customers. And that will always bring you, if that's all on installment, that will always bring you around about £1,250 of pay line volume. You just qualify yourself naturally. But don't forget, you can also do that with your team. But I just got some figures for you. I know there's a couple of Spanish people on here. And
James, can I just say that this, that we need to kind of wind this up because there's another call at 9 o'clock. I know a lot of people would like to get on the call with Sue Worrell and Marion Egan. So
2 minutes.
Literally, you've got 2 minutes.
3 club, right? 3 club. you're on around about £300 a month minimal. That's our bonus. Then it goes to 6 club. Okay, you got a minimal of around about £600 commissions. Then it goes to 12 club. You can do the math there. The next award is 39. You're on about 4,000 a month. 4,000 a month. And then you're on a £10,000 a month when you're 100 club. That's without your bonuses as well. So just think about building yourself 3 STDs wide, 6 STDs wide, all down. It's just, if you keep it basic like that, then you've got it. I hope that's helped, and there will be a video to explain the rest.
Brilliant. Well done, James.
All right, thanks.
Okay, everybody. Well, listen, I hope that we've kind of given you a little taste for what's going on. But just to add a little bit to what James was saying, the final night that we had a dinner in Marrakech, and there were 5 people recognised at that dinner. 3 of them had gone 200 club. So, as James says, if you go 100 club is 10,000, so double that to 20,000 if you go 200 club. One was actually recognised. They skipped 300 and she went straight to 400, and that was Sinead Kavanagh. And the other one was recognised, and that was Emma Caron, as £1 million earner in 5 years of the business. Listen, it's just all possible. I mean, you know, that was when it gets very emotional and very kind of real, because, listen, I was always brought up, if someone can do it, you know, you can actually do it yourself. You know, they've paved the way, and all we need to do is duplicate it. And as the guy said earlier on, if you like, the Team UK spirit has never been higher. It's not them or us anymore. We're all working together. You know, we all need to take advantage of this. Quick plug for Sunday's event at the Buckinghamshire Golf Club. If you haven't got your name down for that, get your name down. We're going to start back doing that. We're also going to release all the trainings, if you like. The next one in Swindon, James Sanderson, is 3rd of July?
2nd of July.
2nd of July. So that's another date to put in our diary. We'll put that out, and we'll be making sure that we get as many people to that as well, and getting some fantastic speakers along to that, so that we can actually augment and layer on what we've done in January and in April, and so that we continue to do this. And that's the strength of our group. You know, our group has been around for a long time, and certainly, you know, James and I want to be around for a lot longer, and we want to take advantage of what's going on here. So if there's any quick questions, you can kind of give me a quick hands up or something like that, or unmute yourself and quickly ask a question. If not, then we'll close the call off. Any quick questions?
Are you going to post the call on Aquila?
I will. I'll post it on Aquila and Team Dragon, so that you've both got it, all got it, and you can rerun it again. I've got quite a few calls to post, actually. Louise, I still haven't posted that call that we did the game plan interview, and I've got it. I need to just kind of get it all, you know, tidied up. So I will do that shortly as well. Great to see you all on the call. Remember, there's another one after this with Sue Worrell and Mary Nagin. And hey, thanks very much, guys. Take care. Bye.
Right.